Hello and welcome back to another episode of Why You Should Watch. Before I get started on today's episode, I just wanted to say, if you like the content I'm making, please consider subscribing. You could always unsubscribe later if you don't like it. It's completely free. Now, moving on to today's episode. If you were too brain dead to see the title, we're doing Dororo 2019. The reason I say 2019 is because Dororo has turned into a reboot of the 1969 black and white version Dororo to Hyakkimaru. Dororo 1969 was produced by Fuji TV, who are well known for having associations with famous hit shows such as Shigatsu wa Kimi no Uso, One Piece, Dragon Ball Z, Zankyou no Terror, and about 318 more hit shows. However, recently, a new producer by the name of Twin Engine have decided to pick up the mantle and reboot Dororo, which Mappa Studio and Tezuka Productions have worked very hard together to create this beautiful show that you can watch. And speaking of this beautiful show, a too long didn't read version of the synopsis can be: the greedy samurai Lord Daigo Kagemitsu's land is dying, and he would do anything for power, even renounce Buddha and make a pact with the demons. His prayers are answered by 12 demons who grant him the power he desires by aiding his prefecture's growth, but at a price. When Kagemitsu's first son is born, the boy has no limbs, no nose, no eyes, no ears, nor skin. Yet he still lives. What we can gather about this is that a lord has decided to sacrifice his own son's limbs and body for ultimate power. Upon doing so, the son is thrown into the wild and eventually lives his life, killing the very demons that stole his body so he can have them returned. Dororo is a dark fantasy adventurous tale with supernatural elements and dealing with characters' emotional journey of discovery. From its very few episodes, I noticed an old school feeling that blends with modern quality productions. The original series had a much simpler animation style with cartoony character designs and black and white quality. Mappa and Tezuka Productions decided to take their style to bring these characters to modern standards. Immediately, I felt as if the show had incredible outline for its artwork. Consisting of 24 episodes, the roadmap of the show also gives an easy pacing for new viewers. So, for those of you that are interested in Japanese mythological history, such as Shinigami, Oni, or even samurai, which is a mythological part of the history, this anime has a great way of mashing them all together to create a visually exciting representation of history and contextual usage. Of course, the story isn't original, but a lot of the rewrite was improved with better character development, especially within the main protagonist. An example of this can be seen that in the 1969 edition of Dororo to Hyakkimaru, Hyakkimaru was given the ability to speak his opinions and beliefs almost immediately into the series. Whereas in the reboot, Hyakkimaru lost his ability to speak since birth due to his father's deal with the devil. This added character trait allows for us to dig deeper and have more character investment so we can discover Hyakkimaru's feelings and intentions. Small changes like these could be seen as a slight mistake considering the older edition was already successful, but personally I think this is a far more improved version than the last. There are a lot of things to like about Dororo, ranging from its outstanding OP and soundtrack, dark fantasy grunge overlay that glooms over almost every single episode, to even the voice casting that will have you develop a controversial love for the character, confusing your heart as to whether it's a romantical form of love or a kinship kind of love. A silent protagonist in any fictional work is very hard to pull off, as it can easily become a blank stake for that particular work, and a prime example of this can be seen in Aud Noah Zero, where the main character is almost boring due to his apathetic silent nature. Fortunately, Hyakkimaru doesn't fall into the same traps of other silent protagonists. Instead, he is an interesting character from start to finish. His character arc was well handled thanks to great writing, and he's just a sympathetic character overall, despite him being mostly silent. I like to keep these episodes short, unlike those 50-minute videos giving you unrelated information as to whether you should watch something, so I think I will leave the video here. Overall, I personally think that you should watch this anime if you're looking to become invested in a short-term anime that deals with dark fantasy and the inner workings of human morality, and whether your life is worth living. If you never even knew this existed, then the deeper philosophical workings of this show is somewhere that makes it shine, and I'm sure you'll like it. I've been Youkai, thanks for watching, and peace out.